It doesn't make a difference. So.
Let me see the turbo button again. Shoot the gun. Let me see. Hold the button down. Hold it down now. That there you go. So you can see it's actually doing a turbo right there. Keep shooting. So that's what turbo on. And without turbo, you shoot only one single shot on that. So that's not bad. All right, today we're gonna bring a PlayStation 5 controller. Look at this. It has triggers on the bottom, right? If you guys can see. Now, one thing I'm gonna tell you guys, this one has a set rapid fire button. You can change the LED RGB lighting from here in this connection. You could go home and stuff like that. You could change it, if you guys can see. It has a rumble pack, all right? It has extra triggers here on the top. You can modify certain things on here. The lighting on the actual buttons are outstanding. The grip itself is really handy. It does have an audio connection for your audio here. Two buttons in the back. Like I said, not a lot of PlayStations have those buttons. These are trigger ones too. You got Type C to charge it, and the same button that you have on the PlayStation 5 controller. Analog sticks. All right, home button. You got your turbo button. This is a button that I don't recommend you playing against me with this button. Simple as that, right? And then on and off button, of course. You got your option button and the rest of the stuff. This is easy to adjust and program. All you got to do is plug it in. That's pretty much it. And it'll pick up on your PlayStation 5 as a new controller. So you do need to charge it. It takes charge. Rumble built in, all right? And if it's anti-drifting, all right? So if you ever want to test those out, you can test them out. There's an app that you could actually test out the drifting. Some of these controllers do not work very well or actually program themselves to drift. So this one actually has different triggers in here, all right? So they're not built similar to the actual PlayStation. They're a little bit, PlayStation 5 should have copied something like this. So let's put it to a test and see how well it works. To connect it, all you got to do is get the cable, the USB Type C that they give you to it, turn it on, and you see it. Let's see if it comes on right now. So we'll find out. There it is. Came on real quick. So all we got to do is find the controller, and that's pretty much it. Disconnect it. You could disconnect it now. You don't need the USB no more. So in order to connect this one to the actual PlayStation, what you got to do is have the wire first, right? Once it identifies on the system, you disconnect the wire, but then you have to push the same PlayStation button again so it could reconnect. And then you guys can see it's wireless right now. So in case you're having issues controlling the controller, this is how you do it. Programming all the buttons, and little by little, you got to program the back ones too and get familiar with it. Also, be careful with the turbo button. Now the turbo button doesn't work for everybody. You got to program the turbo button to work on certain buttons, all right? So at the moment, we still haven't programmed it yet, but it's a great addition to this controller. In case you have a single gun, make it look like a machine gun almost. There you go. Look at that.
I like pink, white. Oh, that's kind of fire. Yeah, but if you have it on rainbow, it gives you that.
So one thing you got to remember when you're doing the controller, when you want to set up the turbo button, you got to hold down, press long, hold, so you can actually program the thing. In the back of it, if you could show them the back real quick. In back of the controller, there's a center button. We're not going to push it right now. There's a center button, and that you hold it down, then you could program either of those triggers and make macros out of it too. So a macro has been banned from some games that you cannot do a macro like a move, a three-way move, or three-way button, but in some other games you can still use it. So in a way, it's kind of like semi-cheating, but it's in the borderline because it's not doing any software or anything like that. It's actually using the controller to actually play. And with this, you're able to actually do your macros, your turbo buttons, and play as an advantage to your gaming. Like, this kid needs it. He really sucks. So
I don't suck.
He really sucks. So in a way, this is gonna help him out. So if you have somebody that's not a very good player, this controller is gonna make you really good because this guy needs it.